Om Namo Narayanaya. 29. Aham mamityayam bandho naham mamiti muktata bandha mokshau gunair bhati guna prakruti sambhava. Together. Aham mamityayam bandho Now, what is bandha and what is liberation? Again, beautifully mentioned here. The first is, let us focus on bandha, what is called as bondage. Aham mama iti bandha. So, what is bandha? I am bandha, this is a bandha. What? Aham mama iti. I am this and all these are mine. This feeling, this is called as bondage. What is muktata? Na aham, na mama iti. Both where we have to put na. So neither I remain present and nor these me consider as mine. So both are not there. That is muktata. Bandha mokshau gunair bhati. What is the cause of this, both the bondage and liberation? So it is appear, it is mentioned here as, it is because of appearance of the gunas. Guna prakruti sambhavaha. It is possible only because of that of the three qualities of the prakriti. So let us now analyze this. From where this aham comes? So in Vedanta Shastra it is explained like this. There is body, there is a mind, and there is an intellect. How is the nature of the body? Gross. How is the nature of the mind and intellect? Subtle. So, consciousness, that is the nature of the Atma Tattva, it reflects in where? The subtle body. It reflects in the subtle body. What does it called as? Reflected consciousness. It is called as reflected consciousness. Chidabhasa. What is the next effect of the Chidabhasa, that is reflected consciousness? When the consciousness gets reflected in the subtle body, then it is transferred to the gross body from subtle body, because they are connected. Subtle body and gross body, they are connected. So from the subtle body, that power of consciousness reaches to gross body. And therefore gross body gets the life. Now, because of the ignorance, the subtle body develops this notion. This power is mine. This notion is developed. This power is mine. Then I am giving this power to this body, and therefore this body is me and mine. This is how the wrong notion is developed. So it is because of one aham, Which is that first aham? That which comes as a reflected consciousness. And not knowing that, then the next every sort of steps form or happens, and that's how the bondage comes to an individual. So, what is this aham? Then one aham is that which is the aham of the self, S capital. And another is that which is called as aham of this reflected consciousness. So, how to understand separately? In a deep sleep, where is this aham, second aham? It's not there. That means it is refuted. It is falsified. Why? Because that which is there in one time and that which is not there in another time, that is called as falsification. Then we have falsified it. Why? Because it's here and it's not there. And that which gets falsified is not true, is unreal. So therefore, this second aham, which gets falsified in deep sleep state, that which is untrue. Then how do we know? Because when we get up, that time, that experience come, I slept well. So who is giving the power that I slept well? Who slept well? Who? I. Here this I is this conditioned BMI. So that second conditioned I is enlightened by this pure consciousness. So one has to understand that there should be something which can enlighten that second aham. Which is that? The substratum consciousness which is self-effulgent. And that's how now in the coming verse it will be nicely explained. Verse number 3030. Jnanamekam sada bhati sarvavasthasu nirmalam mandabhagya na jananti svarupam kevalam bruhat. Together. Jnanamekam sada bhati sarvavasthasu nirmalam. Now, beautifully it is explained here. If somebody says, how do you understand that Svanubhuti is only way to understand the self? Then it is said, Jnanamekam sada bhati ekam nirmalam jnanam. That knowledge which is called as ekam, one without the second. So how many knowledges are there in this world? So looking at the world as an objective knowledge, there are different sections of knowledge. How? So, study of matter is equal to physics. It's called as physics. The study of matter is called as physics. So, this is called as physics as a knowledge. Matter, knowledge of matter. Then next is study of different element is called as chemistry. So now chemistry is a knowledge. So now so on and so forth. There are different knowledges in this world. But ask, is there a different knowledges? So when it is coming to the Vedanta Shastra, it says no, there is only one and one knowledge, which is Nirmalam Jnanam. Why it is so? Sada bhati sarva avasthasu. That is the point. So, how one should able to understand? So one should able to see what is the definition of Atma Tattva. The definition of Atma Tattva as per Tattva Bodh is, first there are three different states and three different sort of bodies. So three states and three bodies. So it is said in Tattva Bodh, what are the bodies? Gross, subtle and causal. So it says, gross body is called as Sthula Sharira. Subtle body is called as Sukshma Sharira. Causal body is called as Karan Sharira. So, Sthula, Karana, Sthula, Sukshma, Karana, Sharirad Vyatirikta. What? Atma Tattva. Atma Tattva is other than the three bodies. Then there are Panchakoshaha. What are they? First is Annamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. So, Panchakoshatita Atma Tattva is beyond 5 sheets. Then tell us what it is. Avasthatraya Sakshi. What are the three avasthas? First is waking stage, dream stage and deep sleep state. Waking is called as Jagrat Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Shushupti Avastha. So what is the Atma Tattva? Sakshi, that is witness of all the three states. What is its true nature? Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa. Ya San Tat Tishtati Atma. So, what is the Atma Swarupa? Sat Chit Ananda. So it is said here, Sarvavasthasu Sadabhati. In all the three different states of mental consciousness, it remains one unobstructed. What? That Jnanam. So this Jnanam is consciousness. So consciousness is Jnanam itself. It is the principle of this knowledge. Principle of the knowledge. Therefore it is said, Sadabhati Sarva Avasthasu. But Mandabhagyaha, those who are not having this right knowledge, they are unfortunate people. Na jananti, they are not aware of what? Swarupam kevalam brihata. There is only one and one, that which is infinite. What it is? The nature of the self. There is only one infinite thing in the whole universe, that which is the self itself. So, Here it is said, Manda Bhagyaha, that one who is unfortunate, who doesn't know about this supreme knowledge. How to gain the knowledge? If this question is asked. So Vedanta Shastra says, observation is the first step. What is the first step? Observation. What you have to observe? Why there are differences. If there is called as a rose flower and there is called as a lotus flower, why? One flower is enough, no? Why? 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 So answer is because the Prakriti is having multifarious nature. Prakriti, which is called as Maya. And therefore it appears different. Example, another. Sky is colorless, but in the daytime it appears blue, and in the morning, dawn time, it appears yellow, red, in different shades. How is it so? It is called as Prakriti. That which is colorless appears to be in different colors. That one has to understand. Oh. Therefore, the observation will take us to why. Why? Then, when the why comes into the mind, then we'll start searching for the answer. Why there is a sorrow? This question should come. Why there is a sorrow? And why somebody doesn't have a sorrow? He is in the same world, I am in the same world, I am sorrowful, and he is not. Why? Why? Again, why? So, this why will take us when our determination is to find the truth from the why. So, then the process starts of what? Deconditioning the mind. As we started with, that only deconditioning the mind is a process to reach to the self. And one who has so much of conditioning has a different experiences, and because of those experiences, the mind is totally disturbed and tormented, not knowing the reality of the experience. What is experience reality? So in the second chapter, Bhagavan says in Bhagawad Gita, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha dukkha daha agama paino anityaha tanti tikshasva bharata. How are the experiences? Experiences are because of two important things. One is called as sense organ, another is called as sense object. They have natural attraction towards each other. Nobody can stop it. Okay. Now, because when they come close to each other, there is experience. They come close to each other, there is experience. They cannot remain together. Why? Because they both have limited experiencing power. They have a limited capacity to give the experience. Example, okay, you have a nice tongue with a great taste, and that is called as gulab jam. Now, if there are two, one is called a sense organ, another is called a sense object. One gulab jam gives so much of joy. Aha moment creates. You want this aha moment to be continuously be there? Yes. Then I tosofy gulab jam, oh gulab jam in your mouth. Now create, let it be an aha moment. Why? My capacity of organ to taste is now over. No more I want. See? No more I want. Now that is there, but I don't want. Why? My capacity is over. Therefore, one has to understand it is just because of my notion. This experience I understand as to be something very good. Because after some time the same object is creating a bad experience for me. Okay. Then we have understood object and the sense organ, when they come together, there is an experience. Now ask, is this object and this organ is a complete one on itself? No. Neither the object is complete nor the sense organ is complete. Then ask a question, how can the experience be complete? That which is incomplete, how can it give you a complete experience? It is not possible. Therefore, we have understood, Bhagavan said there, agama payino anityaha. That which comes and that which goes, whatever is called as anitya, called as impermanent. And therefore, who can remain happy? Tantitikshasva. Develop a tolerance towards every experience and don't label it. That's all. Why? Experience will come and experience will go. Of good nature as well as of a bad nature. Both does not remain at all. Both of them never remains with us at all. And therefore, that which comes and that which goes away is called as anitya, unreal. And that in Vedanta it is called as mithya iti. What is mithya? Then that which does not have its own independent existence. And therefore, one has to understand only one and one knowledge is that which is called as supreme, nirmalaha. It is one without the second. If we are fortunate enough, then we, by right, our observation, by inquiry, reach to this stage of knowledge. Next, 31. Sankalpa sakshi yajnanam. Sankalpa sakshi yajnanam. Sarvalokaika jivanam. Tadeva smiti yo veda. Samukto natra sanshayah. Together. Sankalpa sakshi yajnanam. Sarvalokaika. So it is said here, supporting that who is that liberated person. And when it is explained in the Vedanta Shastra, then there is no doubt possible. So that is beautifully explained now. It is said, Yajnanam, that knowledge, Sankalpa Sakshi. Sankalpa here is called as thought, vichar. Any sankalpa, there where, sankalpa means something that what you want to do. So, for that you require a thought. So, for every thought, one witness is there. So, there is a one and one witness for all the thought. Sarvaloka eka jivanam. And also, it is a life principle for all the beings. So, there are two things said. One is Sakshi and one is called as a life principle. Yaha Veda iti. One who knows. Then Tat Tvam Asi. Tat Eva Aham Asmi. That alone I am. What alone I am? That Sakshi I am. That life principle I am. The one who knows, Saha, that person, Muktaha, is liberated. Na samshayaha atra. Then there is no doubt in this matter here at all. So one by one. Here it is said a knowledge that it is the Sakshi. This is the one knowledge and that which is a Sakshi. From where this Sakshi has come? So one has to understand what is the nature of the self. Self means Atma Tattva. The nature of the self, Atma Tattva, is Sat Chit Ananda. What is called as Sat? Sat is that aspect of Atma which is changeless. Which is changeless. Where in 3 periods of time. In 3 periods of time, that which is changeless, that which is called as Sat. So that means it is forever. So every thought, the substratum is one and one alone is proved. Why? Because it is changeless. Another aspect of Atma Tattva is consciousness. So this self, the same Sat is awareness itself. The same self, it is aware. Why? Because it has this aspect called as, it is self-effulgent. It knows itself by itself. It does not require any support to know itself. Example, does it know that this paperweight knows itself by itself? Why? Because the consciousness aspect is not there. Now, let us take another example. Why do I know I am sitting and I don't have to be told by someone that I am sitting? Because the consciousness aspect is present here. It knows. How? Itself. That is the aspect's beauty. That it knows itself. Now just see. When the subtle body departs from the gross body, which is called as a death. What is called as death? When the subtle body departs from the gross body. Now that gross body asks, are you sleeping? Why are you sleeping? Get up now. It's a time to have a food together. Why? Life principle is gone away. The body is there. The life principle is gone away. Which? That reflected consciousness which was there in subtle body, which was given to the gross body. So therefore, when the subtle body departs from the gross body, the gross body cannot move or cannot know anything. So similarly, when we understand, yes, it is that conscious aspect of Atma Tattva which itself knows itself. And how is this? It is Sarvajna. It knows everything. Why? It enlightens itself and it enlightens the whole world around. That's the nature of consciousness. So it is Swayam Prakashate and Prakashayati iti Sarvam. That it itself shines and it makes shine everything around. That is the nature of this consciousness. And therefore it is said here both is one aspect is called as substratum, another is called as that which is called as Sakshi, the awareness. So Sakshi is called as awareness. That principle which is aware of everything because it knows itself and it knows everything around. One who knows this is muktaha, na tatra samshayaha. There is no doubt at all. Let us contemplate for a minute or two. Close your eyes. Let your mind be one-pointed. Mind can come to one-pointedness by repeated practice of meditation called as dhyana abhyas. Once the mind is focused, let us remember that beautiful knowledge which gives the clarity of the self. There is only Vedanta Shastra which can give us that experience of the self. Rest all have some or other limitations. Therefore, turn towards it completely. How is this bondage and liberation? Aham mama iti bandhaha. I-ness and minus is the bondage. What is liberation? No I-ness, no minus. That is the liberation. Why is it so? There is this I-ness and minus. Then we have understood how the reflected consciousness connects the subtle body with the gross and develops this wrong notion that I am. By constant reflecting over the right knowledge, which is called as the self-knowledge, one can able to remove with right contemplation and can reach here that I am the substratum of every thought. I am the witness. I am the life principle of everything around. One who gets first-hand experience, he is a liberated one. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let us fold our hands and have a gratitude towards the Almighty Lord, one who has given us this beautiful knowledge and this time. Let us pray for everyone around. May there be a peace and joy in everyone's heart. Let us rub our hands together, create nice warmth. You can put them on your both eyes. Give a good massage. Bring them back. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
Om Namo Narayanaya.